Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Bengt. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about why you need to stop quitting, you fucking pussy. So, quick story time. I started this channel about 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. And I was kind of going through a period of life where a lot of things were changing. I knew that I was going to kind of be taking a next step. It was the beginning of a new arc for me. And I'd been making YouTube videos and stuff like that for a long time previously to this. But I knew that like the self-improvement kind of thing was something that I wanted to take a shot at and started making videos. And here I am almost 3 years later. And I was pretty consistent on the YouTube grind for probably like a year and a half out of the 2 or 3 years that the channel has been active. And now all of a sudden, within the past like couple weeks, a video that I made almost 2 years ago pops off and starts going through and getting a lot of views from like the YouTube algorithm or whatever. So now here I am, I'm like, oh shit, this thing's actually kind of got some legs to it. And now I'm making videos consistently, grinding them out again. And it's something that I really enjoy, something that I wanted to do the whole time, but kind of didn't have the motivation to do. And I'd make one every once in a while and shit, but not nearly as consistently as I was when I first started, when I had that steam and that motivation to like, I'm starting something new. I know there's going to be work that needs to get done. So you kind of have a little bit of fire behind you when you're ready to like get rolling with something. And then people realize about a year and a half in, like I did, where it's like, okay, boom, now we're at the part where we're putting in work. We have been putting in work for a while, but we're not necessarily seeing the results. And that's when people start to quit, typically, is in the beginning, they're freshly motivated. They have all this steam. They have this momentum. They have this fire in them. They're ready to go. They know it's going to be challenging, but they haven't faced any real challenges yet. So they're ready to start and get going, and they, full steam ahead. They're ready to rock. Then they start putting in the work, and then they realize it's not going to be easy. And then they realize that they've been doing it for a year and nothing's really happened. And then the real challenges start to show up. Then there's setbacks. Then there's actual problems that come up. And that's when things start to get really hard. And that's when the mental toughness, the mental fortitude to keep going and keep pushing through those things actually becomes a factor. It's so easy to start. It's easy to start anything, but finishing and not quitting halfway through and seeing it through to the end, that is the part that most people can't do. And for good reason. It is very challenging. I totally understand. I've, been through the ringer with it a couple times now. And it's clear to see, especially after having experienced it in real time a couple times over, when you're kind of getting to that hump where it's like, okay, the motivated, the easy, like we're starting, the startup vibes are gone. The real challenges are here. The, oh shit, this is harder than I thought vibes start to show up. And then you got to get over that hump of like, what is it? They say like, okay, when you start something, right? You have uninformed optimism, meaning you are motivated by an idea, but you're kind of blissfully ignorant to the real challenges and obstacles that you're going to face on the way to making that thing happen because you haven't done enough of it to really truthfully have tasted it and know exactly what is going to be thrown at you during this journey that you're going on with this business or this life transformation or whatever it is that's happening for you, right? So you're blissfully unaware of the roadblocks and the challenges that await you. So you are uninformed, but optimistic. And then you start the journey and you get to the point where you start to become aware of the problems and you start to be informed pessimism where you're like, oh shit, now I know exactly what's going on. I'm kind of struggling. All of these challenges are very real. Oh shit, maybe there's some more to this business, to this lifestyle, to this whatever than I thought. And you start to get a very heavy dose of reality about all the things that are going to be necessary for you to achieve this goal that you have, right? But then you push through that. And then you keep going and you keep going. And you start to get some small wins. And you start to realize, okay, these are the challenges that are associated with this thing. But here I am tackling them. Here I am persevering. Here I am moving through them. And I've done this a couple times now, so I'm starting to get some confidence about me. I'm starting to realize that I can do this, that it is possible. So then you enter informed optimism, and that is really when you start to succeed. You go through this valley of despair where you start out and you're ready to rip, And then you realize, oh shit, it's actually not easy. It's going to be hard. And then if you can get through that bottom valley of despair, the very like lowest point where you're learning about all the problems, you're learning how to deal with them, and you're learning how to overcome it and get through it and keep going, that is the part where most people drop out. That is the part where most people quit. And if that's you right now, if you're in the valley of despair right now, watching this video, don't quit, you fucking pussy. Keep going. Because here's the thing, you are like literally a couple weeks, a couple months, a year away from breaking through the valley of despair and coming up on the other side of informed optimism, where you've gone through the challenges, you've gone through the fire, you know what it takes to accomplish what you want, and you know that you have the skill set and you have the confidence because you've done something hard, you've done something difficult, you've overcome a challenge, and now you know what it takes to win. And most people never get there. Most people never get there because they quit when they're at the very bottom, when they're like, oh shit, it's hard. Everything's fucking hard, bro. Everything's hard. Anything worth it is going to be hard. So you need to realize that if you want something that no one else has or that very little people have, you're going to have to do work that not a lot of people do. You're going to have a mindset that not a lot of people have. If you don't want to be average, you can't think average. You can't have an average life. You can't do the things that average people do. And that's just the truth of it. Average people quit when they're in the valley of despair. So don't fucking quit. Just keep going. And now I'll bring this back full circle and align it with how I started this video talking about YouTube and stuff like that. Right now, I'm scrambling. Not really scrambling, but I'm working at a fast pace, trying to get more videos done, trying to edit, trying to get a bunch of shit set up for this channel, because a video that I made 2 years ago almost just randomly popped off. So now I've got subscribers, now I've got views, now I've got people paying attention to the channel. All the things that I wanted to happen 2 years ago are happening now. And it's not like I'm unprepared for it, because I put in the reps and I've been making content and YouTube videos and stuff since I was like 6. But basically, I'm saying all that to say is, like, there are so many things now that I wish I just kept going. Like my YouTube upload schedule was consistent for like a year and a half. And then I took like a half a year to almost a year where it's like not a whole lot was going on. I'd put a video up every once in a while, but you guys can just go look at the videos and see when they were uploaded. And you'll see that there's like a gap, right? And if I had just stayed consistent with that gap, how many more videos I'd have on the channel right now, how many more people coming in from 1 or 2 of them that pop off would have more stuff to look at. And, which would really help me and help them. And just, it's like stuff that I wish I had kept going with, right? So that's my message to you right now, is don't quit. Stay consistent, because you never know when that random fucking pop off moment is going to happen. And it might be some shit that you did years ago. Like, the reason why you might be watching this video, the reason why you might be watching this channel, is because of a video that I made almost 2 years ago. That's just getting pushed by the algorithm today. So it's like, that is the amount of long-term gratification or delayed gratification. That is the amount of consistent effort compounded over time, and the patience that it's associated with that you need to be able to have to really achieve great results. And I've noticed this with business and stuff as well, where it's like, with the business that I have now, I've been doing it for about 2.5 years, going on almost 3 years now. And it's like, it's kind of just at the point where it's like, I wouldn't call it successful, but it makes enough money for me to survive, right? So now that it's at that point, anything above this, we're in the green, baby. So, it took 2 to 3 years to really learn and build a foundation. And also, like, I went through a lot of challenges getting this built and getting it set up. And it was not easy. It was very challenging, and scaling it has been extremely difficult. And there's a lot of things that I had to learn slowly and persistently and build this foundation of, like, stress testing myself at different levels with this business to really have something solid, where it's like, now that that foundation has been laid, I can pour concrete on top of this. I can start building layers to the house on top of this. You know what I mean? And that's something that I think is really important, whether it be with business, with fitness, with a relationship, with anything. You don't want to build a house of cards. And I think we all know why. It's because The house of cards is extremely vulnerable. It's extremely easy to collapse, and it doesn't take nothing but a little blow of wind, a sneeze, a slight shift in the table that it's built on to like completely knock the whole thing down. They're fragile. You want to be anti-fragile, man. You want to be hard to kill. You want a business that's sustainable. You want something that's going to feed you for a long time, whether it be with business, a relationship, your body even. Like, so take the time to build a proper foundation, right? If you spent 2 to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years even laying the foundation for your business, you will be able to scale that and build, a skyscraper on top of that foundation because it's laid properly, because it was done with intention and care, and the structural integrity of that foundation is bulletproof. If you try to go fast, if you try to get to the top, if you try to build, you try to build a skyscraper on top of a foundation that you laid in 6 weeks, bro, it's going to tip over. The slightest gust of wind is sending that whole thing crumbling down. And then you're left with a pile of rubble and you're back to square one. And now you have to do even more work because that pile of rubble is where you want to build your next house or your next tower or whatever. So you got to clear all the debris. You got to, deal with the consequences of your failure first before you can even try again. So take that into consideration, man. First of all, don't try to go fast. Be patient. Have some delayed gratification, man. Be willing to work for a period of time without seeing the results, and I promise you they will come no matter what it is you're working towards. Again, case in point, this video, you're watching this probably because of something that I did 2.5 years ago. Crazy. With business, with finances, with your body, with anything. Lay the foundation and take your time in doing so. It will be worth it. And trust me, bro, I'm like a squirrel-brained, ADHD-minded person, probably just like you watching this. So it is very hard for me to take action over and over and over and not get positive feedback from it. Easily one of the biggest challenges that I've had to deal with in the past couple of years is like getting over that for myself personally, like with my fitness, my body, like I'm in good shape, but I feel like I've kind of plateaued a little bit with that. So it's like you go to the gym for a period of time, you get your newbie gains, and then like the exponential growth curve kind of slows and tapers off a bit. So it's like, I've got to work harder for more gains in the gym. I've got to work harder for more gains with my business. And it's like all these things are just delayed. Do the work now and reap the rewards tomorrow, man. You don't take the fruit off of the tree the same day that you plant the seed. So take that with you into whatever venture you're going through with your life right now. And I promise you, bro, keep fucking going. Keep fucking going. Don't quit. You fucking pussy. You don't quit, man. Don't quit. If you're in that valley of despair, that means you're very, very close to coming up on the other side. And I will leave you guys with that. Until next time, stay strong, stay blessed, stay dangerous. If you made it to the end of the video, you're a real one. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right? Peace.